I don't really like that filter. This is gonna be like a full vlog today because I have so much to talk about. It's been a while since I've been on here, except when I did that internet update. And I've manifested some pretty cool stuff this year. I'm really happy. And in this video, I'm just gonna talk a lot about my life, about other people, what they're going through, can relate. I have to get gas. So you are probably gonna see me gas station most likely because I have to get gas. I just wanted to talk about a couple things, and some are in direct reference to my life and other things are not, but I just want to say thank you all for the support. And in this video, I'm going to be talking a lot about, like, you know, why I've kind of been having to be on and off YouTube, unfortunately, and not mind sharing things that people can relate to some degree. It doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just driving you all. So if the internet's a little fuzzy, well, it will fix itself. It will correct itself. Don't worry about that. Hate these speed bumps. I hate these speed bumps. So basically, y'all, I feel like I am a caged bird right now. I really do. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I manifested that new family house and all the things I've manifested. But I really wanted to talk in this video about how the ego and other people and even family can stop your progress in this life, you know, and in this current lifetime that you're living. I wanted to talk about that because on a personal level, for a long time, I've been experiencing that. And, you know, a lot of times I tell you all that, oh, you know, I can't take private clients because, you know, I'm busy with school, which was true. And, you know, I'm trying to get my life sorted out, which is true. But I feel like there's another layer to that I've not really been able to, like, confess or speak about because of the environment or because of the restriction. And so now that I feel like this caged bird is going to be able to spread their wings very soon, especially since I graduated college, I'm definitely going to have more freedom to do what I want, to say what I want, to live how I want, dress how I want. Like, I'm going to do me. You see what I'm saying? Until I'm off this planet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just disappear into the void. Like, I'm gonna, or anything else, you know, I'm not gonna put labels on it because I really don't care. I mean, I'm focusing on the present right now. So until that happens, I'm gonna be true to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that as I've grown up, as I've learned more about the world around me, I've realized like how brainwashed people are. I think in another video I did recently, I was explaining to you all how a lot of times people in life, they pick certain choices, they do certain things because of society or because of their parents, or because they think that it's the right thing to do, when in actuality they never ever, like, made their own decision. They never took a second to breathe and really think about, is this what I want? You know? And I think that because, even though I'm still so young and age has nothing to do with it, but because of just my life in particular, I think I realized, and I've noticed that quite early on, contrary to other people, you know, who go to school for their parents, or they have a child for their parents, or society, or they get peer pressured into doing certain bad things because, or irresponsible so-called quote unquote things because, you know, it looks cool. Like, it's a weak mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like you don't have a mind of your own. You know, if you're living a life to only please other people, no matter how bad you piss people off, I can respect a person who knows they're pissing people off and is happy with their own life at the end of the day than a person who's miserable and is trying to appease me. Like, that's the kind of person I am. I'm not a rebel. I'm not that kind of person, like, at heart, but I'm a free thinker. I'm a creative. I'm an innovator. Like, that's who I am. So I've realized that in tapping into those gifts and tapping into more of what I want to be as a human being on this planet, consider a human being on this planet, you really have to do your own thing. You can't let the world or other people stop you from what works for you. So on the heels of all this manifestation, all this beautiful stuff, it's resurfaced. The Venus retrograde, all that type of stuff is still kind of in play with it as well, to be honest with you. The Venus retrograde hasn't hit exactly just yet, but this is like the pre-energy, the shadow energy. So I have seen things already happening in my life, and it hasn't even full on hit yet. So it's legit for real, because certain things have happened where I'm like, whoa, like, where did you even come from? Like, this has been years. Like, so it's legit. I mean, to each one's own, it's legit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what works for somebody may not work for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And a part of being mature is making it work for you. You see what I'm saying? Like you're making your life work for you, and not necessarily because of what is normal or anything like that. And even when I say things like that, it kind of makes me chuckle, because life is a game. Like, life literally feels like a game. Like, every day is almost the same thing if you're not a creative. It's quite boring, in my opinion. So I'll look at this bus. This bus says, won't back down. Won't back down is what the bus says. So on the heels of all this positive stuff, a particular person in my life that I can't get rid of because it's family, I realized has resurfaced their ignorance towards me, has resurfaced their hate for spirituality, has really boldly just come out to me and shot down everything I worked hard for simultaneously, to the point where I told you all that at some point I want to move again, and I'm really considering if I should move out of state this time, because I need to feel fulfilled. I need to feel supported, and it's very stifling. It's very constricting, and any kind of environment or people around me that I feel are trying to stop me from being myself, I see as the enemy. Like, period. Like you're an enemy to me, because you don't have to like what I do. You don't have to like who I am even, but you do have to respect me. You do have to give me the benefit of the doubt if you want to be in my life, if you want to talk to me, if you want to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be willing to hear my side of the story. And so I know throughout the years, just a more deeper example, I know throughout the years I've seen other YouTubers quit their spiritual channels, if you want to put a label on it, because of family. And we're not going to act like we haven't seen it. I mean, there was a couple channels that I was following I didn't subscribe, but like, if their video was like trending for a certain zodiac sign, and I resonated with the title, I'd pop in and see like what the video's about for like a couple like minutes, like 2 minutes max, because I ain't got time for that really, and pop out. You see what I'm saying? And then as years went on, they started dropping like flies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you've all seen this. I don't know what certain channels besides mine you all follow or subscribe to, but over the years I've seen people drop like flies, and a lot of the times it's because of personal reasons. It's not even because they don't have a gift or because they don't want to help people. It's because of society or their family or religion, telling them that they're wrong and they're going to go to hell, and putting them down for self-expression, self-actualization, just being themselves. And to me, that is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. I mean, I don't care if you want to say God gave you the gift or whatever. I don't, I don't think like, I'm, excuse me if I laugh, you all, but I am so beyond that. I am so beyond God and the devil. Like, just like the basic, like the basic thinking of, oh, the devil, the God, like that's so like childhood to me. Like, you're an adult. If you're an adult and you choose to place your invisible bad luck or shortcomings or bad choices on a devil, then you really are the problem. To me, you need to take responsibility for your life and stop blaming a so-called devil. I'm not saying the devil doesn't exist, but I'm saying, why are you trying to place something on a creature like that you've never seen? And I'm different. I can respect people's religion. I can respect people's, thinking. But if I say that I think it's pathetic, if I say that I don't agree, why are you trying to look at me like I'm some kind of alien because I don't agree with you? Like, that's petty. If you're a real mature adult, you could be friends with any religion, with any person. If you guys click like that, if you guys connect like that. And what's the issue? Like, I'm not saying the issue. Like, if somebody was Christian, if somebody was Muslim, if somebody was even Buddhist, like, why do I care? Like, I have the mentality, I have the mentality, like, if something is not directly affecting me in a negative way, why do I care? And that goes for everything, especially like political, if you want to get like down like that. Like, if it doesn't affect me negatively, why do I care? Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody else wants to take up, that mantle and say, oh, this is affecting me, I'm gonna protest, or I'm gonna shout out against it, then that's your prerogative, sweetheart. But all the while you're going on about things that are invisible and are such a nuisance to you, I'm over here living my best life. You see what I'm saying? So to each one's own. To each one's own. So I just wanted to bring recognition to the fact that never underestimate people that you consider close or good or long-term this and long-term that. Like, a lot of people in life have never got to live the life they really want because of people. Because of people. I've been in part-time jobs when I was still in college where I love the job. You know what I'm saying? I would love the job. I would love being around, I would not dislike my supervisor or managers. I would be just very positive, to be honest with you. And then here comes somebody, basically bullying me, harassing me, or trying to pick a fight with me, or jealous of me, or causing issues, or not doing their job. Like, it's always people. It's always, like, for me, in my experience, it's always been other people who are trying to intervene with what I got going on. And that's how people are. People are nosy. People are negative. People are unhappy with their own life. So what do? They try to go after your life because they have nothing better to do. Unless you're a celebrity. If you're a celebrity, then you naturally are going to get pressed, and that's nothing you can do about that. But I'm talking about, like, in real life, in real life, if you are around people who are constantly telling you that you dream too big, or you're never going to do this, you're never going to do that, and you believe that voice and you listen to that voice, how have you been able to live an authentic life is what I'm saying. Because I could tell you all some stories. I'll give an example of when I was a young British black girl, in class, and one of my teachers was racist. Well documented. This, I had a teacher who was racist, and who was raised by a certain member, like, club in history, and the school board found out about it, and she would speak negatively over me and other people all the time. And did it stop me? No, because I didn't believe it. She was fired. The county dealt with her. Other parents reported her, white, black, doesn't matter. She was just a bad, evil person. You know, she was just a really horrible, evil person. And so that's like an example of like when you are in an environment where literally somebody's telling you you're never going to make it, you're never going to be this, you're never going to be that, you can't be spiritual, you must have a religion. Like that's literally what I'm talking about, where like you're like, I've experienced that, where I'm literally in an environment where people above me are telling me I'm not this and I'm not that. And so what I'm saying is, if I listened to that teacher who was racist and who was basically evil from when I was a little girl, I would have never gone to college. I would have never started my channel. I would have never gone to do such amazing things and get so many awards and accolades. I would have never been able to be who I am. So when I talk about struggle in life, when I talk about self-individualism, when I talk about like self-actualization, authentic life, like when I talk about living a real life where you don't care what people have to say about you, you don't care what the world thinks, I mean that. You know, I about how many kids, you know, me who didn't have the self-confidence, who didn't have good parents, who didn't have a good upbringing, that believed that lady before she got fired, of course, and stripped of her ability to teach, because she was just evil. There's other things about her too, but I'm just giving you all a personal example of my life, what I went through. And that kind of impact. And of course, I had other teachers who were showering me with compliments, but she was just one teacher in specific that was evil. So been there, seen there, done that, you know, been there, seen there, done that, jobs, people, whatever. Like I've gone through things where people try to tell me who I am, trying to tell me who I am, what I should believe, what I should do. And it's like, no, like you're not going to tell me how to live. You're not going to tell me how to breathe. You're not going to tell me how to dress. You're not going to tell me what to think. Like you don't have that power. You don't have that power. So no matter what you're going through right now, think about, I mean, this is some deep stuff, you know, this is pretty deep. Like if you're struggling right now to figure out what you want to do in life and who you want to be, start with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like start with what you want, you know, take everything out of the equation, because as soon as you start having things filter your perception, you're going to be confused, you're going to be lost, you're not going to know what you believe, you're not going to know who you are, you're not going to believe in yourself, you're just not. You know what I'm saying? Like for so many years of my life, the knowledge I have now, if I had that when I first started college, things could have been completely different for me, you know? And that's because of my spiritual walk with myself. That's because of me taking time to know myself. And so can you imagine living with somebody or being around somebody who is literally trying to take that from you, or is trying to tell you that what you're doing is wrong when it's been your saving grace? You know, if I was not able to live my own life, you know, authentically, and stand up for myself and say what I want to say for myself, like I would have been a very unhappy person, you know, point blank period. Like the reason why I was such a happy person, and I continuously am, and I get better. Everybody thinks about me, look from their car, their stand in life, or their back. I don't care. Like if somebody looks at me and wants to look down on me, what does that say about them? You know what I'm saying? They have the right to their opinion. You see what I'm saying? Or, you know, who gave you the power to talk to people like that? You know, and this is what I'm saying, and this is like, I don't agree with, and it's a huge turn off, and that's why I left out. I'm me, you know, I am me. You know, there's certain jewelry I wear, there's certain crystals I have, how I dress, how I do my makeup, my hair. Like, what is it to somebody else, you know? And that's why, quite literally, I say I'm not from here. Like I don't, like in the thought form, you see what I'm saying? Like I don't think how a lot of people think about people. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at somebody and think about all the stereotypes and all this stuff. I don't think like that. You see what I'm saying? I don't move like that. But I realize that so many people are so conditioned and care so deeply about people think about them, but they don't live their life, and that's pitiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may not like every celebrity that I've covered on my channel, but let me tell you, at least they're honest, live, and I can't do nothing but respect that behind closed doors. Gotta be honest, because I rather see somebody who's shaking the table and being themselves versus somebody who is a part of a clique or wants to impress people that don't even like them. Why are people trying to impress people who don't even like them? Like, at their core, like, regardless of race, regardless of gender, like, some people are just never gonna like you. So why are people trying to have people like them who don't like them, who don't respect them, who will never respect them? If they had $1 billion, $1 trillion, they would never be respected, ever, because of whatever, because of whatever that somebody doesn't like about them or disagrees with them about. Like, who cares? Like, I don't know. As you get to a certain age, even in life, I feel like you should be above that. Like, you should be above that. You should be able to think freely for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to live your life for yourself, you know? And that's why a lot of things to do with just like this world or people, I do not get down with, because it's fake. It's all fake. Like, you're trying to like even like romantic love, like the whole idea that you got to change yourself to attract a certain person. Like, why? Like, all these so-called coaches and all this stuff out here, like, it makes no sense to me. Like, to me, it makes no sense. Like, if you have to change everything about yourself to attract a certain person, that person's not for you. Like, hang it up. You know what I'm saying? If you have to get surgery, if you have to wear certain makeup, or if you gotta make a certain salary a year to attract a certain woman, and you're a guy watching me, hang it up. You know what I'm saying? Hang it up. Like what I'm saying, bottom line, I'm gonna get some air now, because it's still I'm recording this super early in the morning. What I'm simply saying is, like, the things that you do in your life, right? The things you do in your life, if you don't genuinely have a connection or a passion for certain things that you're doing, then why are you doing it? I'm just different. I guess I'm just different. Like, if you don't really care about what someone's talking about or what someone believes or whatever the case may be, then why are you buying into it? Why are you living to please other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say this for the record. Like, because next year is coming up. 2022 is coming up. And I'm going to say this for the record. I'm going to say this for the record. I live my life for me. I live how I want to live. Okay? If the way I live impacts somebody else positively and makes somebody else happy, and we're friends or whatever, great. But that's not the end all be end all for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything I do in my life now must please me first, must take care of me first, must benefit me first, And I was telling an old friend the other day, like, when I was younger, I wasn't like that, and I hate that. But it is what it is, and I can't go back in time. But when I was younger, I definitely was not like this. I was not somebody who would think about what I want first. I would think about what somebody else wants, or what is perceived as cool or accepted. Like, I didn't think like this now. I didn't have this kind of personal power. I didn't have this personal power when I was 14 or 13 necessarily. Like, yes, I had my own thoughts. You see what I'm saying? But, like, it wasn't on this level of understanding how life works and how people can flake on you, switch up on you. And, like, I didn't have that, like, realization in its whole depth, in its entirety. Okay? So life experience will teach you that people can flip-flop on you. People can love you one day and hate you the next for literally no reason. You could be in a happy relationship with somebody, and then the very next day, all hell broke loose. You know, the person's true colors come out. So, like, as you get older, only as you get older will you have those kind of, this is a nice tree. This is a huge tree. Tree of knowledge, tree of life. So only until like you have certain experiences in your life will you understand that people are fake. You know, like a lot of people are just fake. They don't wish you well. They don't want to see you succeed. They're jealous. They're haters. They're negative. You know, they want to change you. And if they like you, they want to change you. Or, which is rare, a person accepts you for who you are. You know, doesn't try to change you, wants to see you do well in life, and minds their business. You know, that's who I am in my life. Like, I'm on my business. You know, I'm saying like personally, like I just, whatever you want to do, you know, like, and even when I do videos, I say to you all, like, even if I did readings, like I would say to you all, like, do what you want to do. You know, like I can only pull a certain amount of cards and tell you what I see. But like at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do. And that's your right. And you should, because it's your life. You know, it's your life. And if you don't know what you want to do and you're not so sure, then that's something within yourself that you have to like kind of bring up to the surface, you know, and identify it and figure out and ask yourself, okay, why is it that I'm not able to just be honest with this situation? Why am I not able to just look at the situation for what it is and then just move accordingly? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's outside of getting help or watching readings or whatever. Like, listen, a lot of things to do with so-called spirituality has saved my life. And I'll say it time and time again. Like, when I had a change of heart and when I had my awakening, my first awakening, and I really just stood back, looked at everything I was going through at a very young age, before my twin, before all of that, I knew that something was off with this world. I knew that there was so much that I had to understand and learn. And I did. I went about doing that. And so it was a hard decision. It was very hard to tell certain close people, family, you know, related, like, I'm not going to go back to church, you know, nothing against church, you know, great. I watch it. Awesome. But like, it was something where I had to literally be like, you know, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that because it's not in alignment with me. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. And then be questioned over and over and over. I mean, even this has been like years. I mean, since I've left, it's been years and I still get asked those questions. Can you guys believe it? I still get asked questions like, when are you going to go back this? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? And it's like, no respect, you know. For me, I really boil it down to a lack of respect, because if you respect how somebody thinks, if you respect somebody's life, if you genuinely like respect that person just for who they are, you would not keep questioning them. You would not keep looking down on them. You would not keep making smart comments. You know what I'm saying? And I will tell you all this right now. You know, I will tell you all this right now on camera, because let me tell you, going into next year, so much is about to change for me. And it needs to. Like I already have so many plans of what I need to do, because what I'm telling you all on camera is just like a little bit, you know. There's so much more I could say, but like I don't want to like be on here for over an hour, because I'm already crouching on almost 30 minutes. But like, yeah, like if you just kind of like mind your own business, you're happy in your own life, even if it's family, I don't think that you would go out of your way to bring down somebody else to your ignorant level, to your low vibration level, like to your level of everything just being object consciousness and 3D and mundane. Like, I don't think like that. You know, I'm a big thinker. I'm an open thinker. I'm an innovative. I'm a creator. Like, that's who I am. And nobody and nothing can take it from me. Like, until I fucking die. Unless somebody wants to drag it out of my hands. Even then they couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Even then they couldn't take it from me, because I was born with this gift. I was born to be who I am. You know, I am that I am. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that it comes down to, I really think that it comes down to a level of just lack of respect, because even people in my life that like I don't maybe the choices they make, I would not make the choices that they've made, but I don't disrespect them. I don't constantly try to make them like me or morph into who I am. People are people. Let them do what they want to do. So that bothers me. That bothers me that people are so fickle like that, and they act like everybody has to be like them. And people like that, I don't like, and I don't understand how they think, because, your vibe attracts your tribe. Bottom line, your vibe attracts your tribe, and my tribe is just like me, like laser focused, innovative, happy, positive, like, interested in like style, pop culture, spirituality. Like that's what it is. Beauty, even, like, taking care of yourself, like self-care, self-love, like inside. And that's that. And I don't go around telling people who have a religion or whatever, like, oh, you need to do what I'm doing. Like, I could care less. I could care less. Like, if you are in a religion and you don't think that anything that anybody does to do with spirituality is for you, then who cares? Like, nobody's asking you to. And if somebody is asking you to, then that's maybe a cult. Because I don't go around saying that. I don't go around to anybody who's in religion and says, you need to pull cards, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, I could care less. Whatever you do is what you do. I don't have that spirit. I don't have that spirit of control. I don't have that spirit of telling somebody, you need to do this, this, and this, and this, and this for me to like you, for me to accept you, for me to talk to you. Like, I don't have that kind of energy. I don't even have the care. I don't have the capacity to look over at what somebody else is doing in my personal life and say, oh yeah, because you're in this religion, you're this, or you're that, you're this. Like, I could have my own opinion in my mind and keep it there. You see what I'm saying? I could have my own opinion, and you can't change that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody could change that, and no one should try to. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of these people are family members, sadly, and it hurts even more when you realize what their real agendas are. Yeah, for sure. Like, even yesterday, I was talking to somebody close to my family again. I mean, I am close, and I had to like break it down. I had to literally like break it down and be like, okay, listen, like think, like, I want you to really hear me clearly and understand, me, because in reality, I'm like, I don't think, in reality, I'm like, I don't think you really know me. I think, sometimes I feel like even people that are subscribed to me, or people that like I've connected with on my channel, like sometimes I feel like these people know me more than people in like family, like close people. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people, because it's like, are you just hearing, or are you actually listening? There's a difference. You see what I'm saying? Like, are you really understanding what I'm trying to get across? Or are you just trying to inject your own thoughts and then you're trying to remix it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and with friends, it's the same thing. Like, you have to, as a friend, you can't change people. People change themselves. You cannot tell somebody who to be, how to act. It should be natural. And that's why these people that do all these like dating coaches and all that, and all this type of stuff, to try to tell people how to act totally different than who they are. And like, if that's not who you are, that's not who you are. Yes, I understand that you're trying to attract certain people, but like at the end of the day, if it's a facade, it will show soon. Like, if you try to, like, let's give an example. Like, if, let's say, for example, like, you want to marry somebody, like with all this money or whatever, and you go to certain schools, like you go to certain seminars or whatever, and they tell you, okay, sit like this and wear your hair like this and look like this and act like this. But like, in reality, that's not even who you are. That's not even who you are. And then one day you slip, one day your true colors come out. Like, or you go to school, or for example, you go to school to do a certain kind of subject. You see what I'm saying? You go to school to do a certain kind of subject, but then like in reality, you're going for something totally different because you want to look a certain way. And then when you get in the job, you can't even do the job because you're a liar, you're a fake, you're phony. So that's kind of how I see it, is like, if it's not who you are inside, that's not really who you are authentically, you're a liar, you're lying, you're putting on a front, and people can see that, people can read through that, at least I can. If somebody's acting a certain way to get a certain kind of attention, like, that doesn't impress me. Like, even now, like, I like nice things, I like nice cars, yeah, so what? But like even now, with like the self-confidence I have and like and the belief in myself, I will look at a guy who has a super nice car now and I'm like, and for a second I'll be like, well, what's his character? You know, before, if you're not operating that deep in your mind, you're like, oh, that person has money. But like, do they really have money? It could be credit, it could be stolen, it could be, you know, it could be for a show, it could be rented, like it may not even be their car. You see what I'm saying? Like, it goes so deep, like it goes so deep. I'm saying that if you are looking, if you're trying to target a certain kind of people, like that's what I'm saying. Like if it's not authentic, it's not legit, the real people in this world can see that. They can snoop it out. Like me, I can snoop out when somebody's being fake. I can snoop out when somebody's trying to do something for appearances and it's not really what they want to do. Like I could see that like very easily. So people like in my personal life or just in life in general, I feel like have a hard time accepting that, because I'm not going to sit there and have you be fake in my face. I'm not going to sit there and have you lie to my face. Like I'm just going to remove myself out of the situation and, you know, focus on myself basically. So I in this video, I just really wanted to speak truth to power, and I really just wanted to express what I know so many people are expressing or experiencing in their own lives, especially those who are so-called like on the spiritual path journey, not traditional necessarily, they have like their own thing going on, and that's great. That's great. Like everybody has their own thing in this world. This world is vast. There's so many things people could do in this world that make them feel content and happy and whole and joyous. Nobody has to be exactly like somebody else to be happy, to be appreciated, to be loved, to be revered, to be looked up to. I don't believe that. Like, it should be because you want to, and that's why a lot of times, like, I've taken time to think, because it's like, what do I really want? Sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, what do I really want? Take out all the noise, take out the salary, take out this, take out that. Like, what do I really want? Like, if you've never had the ability to ask yourself and look at the world around you, look at the trees, look at everything and say, what do I really want? Who am I really? Take away what's been programmed into me, what people have imprinted on me, people have tried to put in my head. Like, what do I really believe? Like if you say, I don't believe in X, Y, or Z, and that's just like the bottom line, but everybody else in your family, everybody else around you does. Okay, well, that's just how it's got to be, and you got to be strong enough to get out of that. But you have to be strong. If you're like a weak-minded person, or like you're easily swayed, then it's not for you. It can't be for you. But if you're the kind of person where, like, you know who you are, you know what you want in life, go get it, go after it. Don't let anybody hold you back. So even though I've been able to manifest this family home from the other one we were in, now I need to work on my own manifestation, because I have graduated, and I can take on more responsibility now. So I'm looking to, get my own place again, you know what I'm saying? And like, start back up what I want to start back up with you all, because it's like, I feel like I'm stifled. I feel like I'm being, I feel like I'm stuck with that situation. And even though things in the world are crazy, I have to just like everybody else, I have to work through this. I have to find a way to work through the difficulties, work through the challenges, work through the barriers until I get to where I need to be. And it's not easy. No one says it's going to be easy, but like, if every single day you get up and you do the best you can, and like you've given your all, that's more than enough. Like if every single day you've never, you've not made excuses, you know what I'm saying? Like every single day you've given your best shot, you've done what you got to do, you're responsible for yourself, then who in the world, what in the world can be against you? Like what is a need for the resistance, or for the toxic energy, or the negativity? Like you have to really like break and go beyond that. You have to. And I think that especially for those people who consider themselves spiritual, that's every day. That is literally like every day. You have to think way beyond the limited beliefs of what society has taught you, people have taught you. You know what I'm saying? Like, You think that people that are first-time millionaires or first-time this or first-time that, we're always in that environment? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time. You know, a lot of people who've gone to do great things in their life, to their standard, to their acknowledgement, did not always live in a kind of utopian environment with perfect people and perfect influences. Like, a lot of these people, you know, were grew up in horrible conditions with horrible people, and somehow they made a way. You know, somehow certain people, certain individuals made a way for themselves. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said that it was going to be smooth sailing, but they wanted it bad enough. You know, they held their own vision in their mind. They had their own idea of themselves, and they manifested it. They lived it. They walked in it. They braved in it. And I know for a fact that a lot of people who are so-called spiritual or healers or whatever, I know for a fact these kind of people deal with a lot of backlash, a lot of people looking down on them or people trying to change them. I mean, I see it every day. And I think it comes down to the fact that people just can't understand why you're free, you know, why you're a free thinker, why you're able to move how you move. Because most people in the world, especially if they're not awakened or they're not aware of their true potential, don't live like that. You know, most people don't live to their full potential. They don't do things they want to do because they're afraid of people's opinion of them. They're afraid of what someone's going to say. They're afraid of what's going to happen to them. You know, that's the reality. And so that's why we have these so-called celebrities or healers or influencers or YouTubers. This is why we have certain categories of people where they've broken that mold. You know, they've gone past the barrier. They've gone past the blockages, and they've risen to the occasion in their own life. And these people are change makers. These are the kind of people who change the world, really. I mean, if you want to put it like that, I mean, change people's paradigms, people's worlds. Like, they make a difference. They leave an impact. When they're gone, they leave an impact that nobody can take away, you know. And that's my goal, you know. Every you know, with the new year coming up, like, I have so many things like within my energy that I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make an impact how I want to make an impact. I'm gonna do what I want to do, period. Like, no one's gonna stop me. No one's gonna, you know, no one. Because you know what, nobody is more powerful than me, you know, in my life. Like, I am the most powerful person in my life, period. And like, nobody could tell me how to think. And when people try to do that, it's like, you can't, you know, you can't put me in a box. You can't tell me how to move. You can't tell me how to do anything. Like, you're not me. You know, you're not me. You can't tell anybody how to be. Like, why even bother? Like, people do what they want to do, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. Just like, for example, like, we have all these rappers in the world. You know, some people hate rap music. You know, some people hate rappers. You know, they're so-called vulgar. They curse. They don't all curse. They wear tight clothes. Okay, but for other people, they love it. You know, somebody may hate rap music, may hate how they dress, how they act, whatever, but somebody else loves it. You know, and they get awards for it, and they get propped up for it, and they get free stuff, and people want to have them around for concerts and holidays and events. Like, it's all about perception. You know, one thing to somebody may be the best thing ever, and to somebody else it's like hell. Like, literally, it's like, oh my God, that's horrible. You know, but you gotta still stay true, even if somebody says, oh, that's horrible, or oh, like, why are you doing that, or oh, why do you think like that? Well, it's me, you know, it's what I do, you know, and if you don't like it, I can't help you, you know. And as I was driving this morning, I'm like, you know what, it's kind of gotten to the point now where I'm like, when I really just launch my life like the way I really want to launch it, like for real, I'm probably not going to talk to so many people ever again. Like, I'm probably just going to like delete their number and just never talk to them again, because they've been nothing but a nuisance. They've been nothing but holding me back. You know, they've been nothing but, you know, making me feel like less than. And I'll say this in closing, man. Let me get up. My foot's gonna go dead. My foot's gonna go dead underneath this tree. You know, I'm gonna say this in closing. Stay away from people who make you feel hard to love, who make you feel less than, who always question you in a negative way, in a smart aleck way, in a smart mouth way, who always want to question in a negative tone what you do or why you do it. People like that, I don't associate with. I only associate with people online, offline, in real life, in my community, and locally, that are confident. You know, even people that I date, I realize, like, I don't like people who come across as insecure and weak and easy to pull over. You know, like, I want a partner that is confident, is strong in their ability, is able to put their mind to something and go get it done. You know, that's the kind of person I am. So it's only fair that I have somebody who matches my energy, right? So that's like literally how I think, is like, I don't want people around me who care what people think about them, or care about how they look to other people if it doesn't benefit them. You know what I'm saying? So some people get this, you know, when they're younger. Other people don't, unfortunately. Like, I think it's just like maybe like a self journey where they go through life, they have all these experiences, they figure out what they like, they don't like, you know, they do their own thing. But I can tell you for a fact, in my own life, I've realized that. I realized that I like to be around people who are confident, who have their own identity, who have their own mind, not people who need somebody to tell them, oh yeah, go do that, go, like cuddle them. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do something, just go do it. Like, why are you letting somebody tell you that that sucks, or that that's not good enough, or that's not this, or that's not that? Like, what do you think? You know, somebody can say to you, the book you write or the painting you paint is horrible, but to somebody else, it's $1 million price tag. So it's all perception. So that's how I live my life, you know, and it's so sad. It's so sad, because if I never ever like thought the way I thought, I would never even achieve half the things I've achieved or done in my life. Like, really. And that's what kind of boggles my brain. Like, if I listened to all these people in my life that were jealous of me or negative, like, I would have never been able to do half the things I do now. Like, and that's crazy to me. That's insane to me. And that just shows the power of people, that some people have a certain kind of power over other people if they don't know who they are. If they don't bring themselves up from the ground, certain people will try to impose their own life on you, to the point where you can't do what you want to do. You can't live how you want to live. And I hate that, you know, I hate that. And so wherever you are in your journey in your life, like, it's my wish and my hope that you will live for yourself, and you begin to live in a way that's pleasing to you, and not just pleasing to your friends, not just pleasing to your parents. Like, you know what? In my life, I'm going to be on, like, in my life, I got to a point in my life where I feel like certain, even people that I consider close or like blood related or whatever you call, I don't know, I don't really believe in that, but like people who are supposed to be like close to you and all that stuff, like, honestly and truthfully, like, in my life, like, if I didn't feel that those people were benefiting me and they were stopping my progress, I would just cut them off. Like, I would just be like, you know what? Thank you for the memories. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. But you know what? I think that, you know, this is where we kind of like rubber hits the road, and I'm going to delete your contact. I'm never going to text you again or call you again. You can call me if you want, but I'm not going to go out of my way to have you in my plans in my life, because you're stopping my progress. Like, you're holding me up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting to that point. You know, I had this conversation yesterday, and I'm like on the phone, I'm like, you know what, like, you don't understand me. Like, if you don't really get where I'm coming from, it's like, what do we have to talk about? You know, if you don't have that basic respect for me, then why are we talking? Why am I in your life? Why are you in my life? Why are we even hanging out? Like it makes no sense. You know, to me it makes no sense. And I see how people are so like jealous of, especially ladies who are just happy, just genuinely happy with doing their own thing, you know, and they don't understand, why is this person so willing to do that, blah, 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 because they're miserable. You know, they're the ones who are miserable, and the ones who are happy, they don't understand why, and then they want to nitpick at it, and they want to cherry pick at it, and they want to investigate it. But that's fine, let them investigate. I don't care. Like, let me tell you, life is about to get so good for me, for you, people who really like are on like their mission, like their purpose. Life is about to get so good, because next year is 2022, 222, high vibes, high vibes. Like, I would even say going into next year, it is a bad idea to have people in your circle, in your life, who are not on the same vibe as you, who are not on the same like mission as you, because all they're gonna do is slow you down. All they're gonna do is put doubt in your mind. And who needs that? You know, why do you need people who are gonna just put doubt and fear in your mind? Like, what's the purpose of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, attract your tribe. You know, for 2022, I think it's a fabulous idea to attract your tribe. Start to call in people who are actually for you and not people who want to change you or don't understand who you are, you know? And I mean that with everything in me. I'm like, you know, when I get to a certain level of my life, I'm going to take a good look at my contacts, a good look at everything from family to for everything, you know, everything, and be like, okay, like point blank period, is this person benefiting me or is this person hindering me? Which one is it? Benefit or hinder? Benefit or hinder? And just start taking, like, just start unfollowing or start whatever, like deleting numbers, like in my head saying, you know what, that's it, you know, like never to go back, because life is too fragile for that, bro. Like, life is too fragile to not be anything but happy. Like, I really feel that. Like, life is not all about struggle and challenge. I feel like life is to be happy. Life is to enjoy. Life is to savor in. You know, that's how I feel, at least. I feel like life is to enjoy. And people who just purposely live their life and they don't enjoy it, I don't understand that. You know, I will do anything in my power to enjoy my life every single day, to be a happy person every single day. I don't care if the day is bad, or I don't care if the day is a bad day or not. I don't care. I will do everything in my power to make sure that I've done the best that I can for that day and that I made myself happy. You know, I don't put my happiness in other people. You know, that stopped when I was like 12, you know, like certain books I read, certain knowledge I had. I'm like, you know what? People cannot make you happy. Like, if anything is the opposite. If anything is the opposite, like, for real. For real. And those few gems, those few friends, those few people in your life who do bring happiness to you genuinely, no fake stuff, you know, no for the gram, like, they genuinely want you to be a happy person, you know, you got to savor that. You know, the connections of people that actually want the best for you, like, in a good way, like, those kind of people you got to cherish, you know. And if you find those kind of people, you got to cherish them. You can't take them for granted. You see what I'm saying? Like, people in my life that I feel like just genuinely have good energy for me, like, I have love for, you know. I have love for all of you, because I know that it's just coming from a genuine place. But people that are not coming from a genuine place, like overall, I don't have any respect for. I don't have any love for. I don't have any care for, like, period. I just don't, because they don't have any love for me, you know. They don't have any love for me. So that's really just how I feel in general. And so I'm happy I made this video for you all today, because I've seen this for way too long, you know, for real. Gotta clean my car off. I gotta get my car washed today. But what I will say, you all, I had a good breeze out. What I will say, you all, is, you know, seriously, on a serious note now, like, don't underestimate. Oh, the sun is so bright. Oh my God. Okay, that's better. Like, don't underestimate people's ability to try to undermine your progress, to stop your progress, to tell you that you're going the wrong way. You know, at the end of the day, the responsibility and the way your life goes, it falls on you. You know, that's how I see it. Like, at the very least, you have to understand that it's your life. You know, it's your life. So everything is going to have a cause and effect, a pro and con, or just a pro, a reaction, you know, a consequence. Like, that's just kind of how life is. So, you know, it's all about the choices. You know, it's all about the choices. And according to my choices, you know, when I left the church and everything that changed for me, that was the best decision I ever made in my life. You know, that was because I was no longer fake. You know, I was no longer living somebody else's religion. I was no longer doing things that for somebody else. You know, I broke free of that because it didn't feel true to me. And to honor myself, to honor my soul, my spirit, I had to be honest and be like, you know what, like this does not resonate with me. This is not genuine to me. You know, I don't believe what there's certain things are saying. So I'm not going to sit up here, you know, and this institutionalized building. I'm not going to sit up here in somebody else's building and act like I agree when I don't. I'm not going to sit up here and be fake and be like, oh yeah, you know, I agree what you're saying when I don't. Like, that's just fake. You know, that's just fake. But maybe I'm just different, you all. Maybe I'm just rare. I don't know. I'm the kind of person where, why lie? You know, life is so fragile. Why lie about, it's almost an hour anyway, but why lie about what you believe? Why lie about who you want to be, what you want to do in your life, what you practice, what you say? Like, why lie about that? And so I think that I'm realizing now that only until I graduated college have I really realized like all the conditioning, you know, and all the negativity that I had to fight through for so many years. And that's kind of scary, you know what I'm saying? And so now I'm like, oh my God, like when I really, you know, get full freedom and I really am able to practice and do whatever I want to do in my own place, you know what I'm saying? Like long term, you know, purchasing it, like, my God, my life could be so much better. So I have to get to work, and that's what I'm doing. So thank you all for watching. You know, it's not easy, you know, when you, you know, when you choose yourself, and when you choose to, you know, think freely and ask the tough questions and do your own research and make your own decisions, you know, manifestation, spirituality, like people are not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not your job to convince people to get it. You know what I'm saying? But what has to be established if you are keeping those relationships is respect. You know, somebody doesn't have to do what you do for you guys to get along. But if it's a relationship, if it's a friendship, if it's somebody even in your family, there has to be a level of respect there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that just going over some things, I realized that, you know what, the respect is just not there. And, you know, I'm looking to cut some people off, you know, before next year, like for real. Like I'm looking to overhaul a lot of things in my life right now, you know, because it's not working. You know, it didn't work before. It's not going to work now. And I got to make those changes for me. You know, I got to do what's best for me. And so I'm proud of you all that also have chosen to respect yourself and not be fake in this world, because it's easy to be fake in this world. It sure is. And, you know, my heart, I want to say in closing, my heart does go out to every single person who's had to escape a religion or escape an abusive household or escape a toxic relationship or escape a cult even, or escape something that, you know, was holding you back from loving life. You know, my heart goes out to you because I know how that feels. You know, I know how it feels to have people close to you or not even close to you and want to put you down or want to change you, you know, for their benefit, you know. And like I even had one instance where years ago, before I was even like spiritual, and if you want to put a label on it, and, you know, I had one of my parents say to me like, oh, you know, you should go to this Christian school and be a pastor, or like marry a pastor, like that type of ish. Like I've been raised in that. So when you guys don't understand, like, and I was always like, pastor, like I wasn't called to do that, you know, not to my knowledge yet. I mean, I wasn't called to be a pastor. I wasn't called to be a pastor's wife. Like, what? But that's how some people are. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even close to that right now. I mean, yes, I'm a speaker, yeah, but I'm not like, I don't want to have a church. I don't want to have people pay tithe and offering to me. You know, like I don't operate in that 3D dimension. I don't operate like that. You know, I don't even believe in that kind of thing. To be honest with you, unless you feel called to donate to something or somebody's organization, that's different. But like, you know, it's just warped, man. I don't know. Some parents, some people, they want to make their children what they want their children to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a parent yet, but like, I know for a fact that I'm not one of those people. You know, if as long as my kids aren't harming anybody, like I'm not going to be the kind of parent where you need to do exactly what I want you to do in order to respect you, is what I'm saying. And I think that just going over some things in my life, I'm like, you know what? That's the energy I'm getting. And, it's just not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And then constantly, making smart comments about my life or what I do or whatever, like, it's not easy. But honestly, it's not easy for them. It's easy for me because I'm being truthful to myself, is what I'll say. That's another tip. So it's like, it may not be easy, like initially, like whatever you're doing in your life or whatever, like you believe or whatever like that. But if it flows for you, if it's natural for you, if it makes your life better for you, then it's working. It's what you got to do for yourself. And, you know, um, I think especially being an adult doesn't require somebody to respect you or doesn't require somebody to agree with you. When you're an adult, like you could basically do what you want. And yes, there could be some backlash, but like that kind of is what comes with it. No, like if you're really doing what you want to do in life, there's going to be people who are going to be trying to be in your ear. There's going to be people who are going to try to get to you, to change you, is what I feel. I feel like if you are living how you want to live, there could be some heat behind that. There could be some people who don't like that, depending upon the circumstance, of course. So, it's a battle, you all. I mean, I'm currently in a situation where I feel like, I'm being castrated. That's how I feel. And until I make certain moves and I do certain things, I don't even really feel like I'm fully at the optimum, which is kind of scary because like there's so much I could do, like there's so much I want to do. But I have to build up to that point. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all that those that can relate. If you've experienced what I've experienced, leave your comments. If you've been through certain things in your life like this, where you've had to make a tough decision and, people have tried to change you and tell you that, no, you're wrong. And you're right. Like, or you're just trying something different in your life, or you're doing something different, or you're thinking more positively about yourself. And here comes people trying to tell you that it's always something, it's always something. It goes back to just gravitating towards your tribe, being around people who think like you. I mean, unfortunately, not all the time, but yes, cultivating friend groups, people who are positive like you, who understand you and don't judge. They don't have to understand to the entirety, but people who have good intentions is what I'm saying. Like people that have good intentions, you could feel that. You could feel that. People who have bad intentions, you can also feel that. And so when it gets to that point, especially if it's family or friends, you have to make a decision, career, whatever. You have to decide, like, am I going to live a lie? Am I going to live in a way that's not truthful to myself? Or am I going to people please? Am I gonna shrink myself down in a relationship or with family or whoever to make them feel better about themselves? And the answer is no. The answer is no. Personal power is when you don't shrink yourself down to make somebody feel better about themselves. Now, of course, if you're, in a high status situation or you're a celebrity or you're a business owner, that's big league. But I'm saying just in its essence, like as a human, if you have to make that decision, and you're kind of at a crossroads in your life, you got to make that decision. No one's going to make it for you. So that's kind of what it comes down to, is just like how you feel and what's best for you. At the end of the day, what's best for you may not be what people want or what people, in your personal life agree with, or whatever the case may be. But do you like it? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel like a superstar, a complete person, a happy, peaceful, content person? Like, I wouldn't change anything. My journey, my life, I would not change a thing. When I was going through college and the pandemic hit and things were really rough. I mean, just devastating, you know. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how, if college would ever be back to normal. I had no idea. I didn't know, you know, I didn't know. It was out of my control at the time. And it kind of still is, really. And it's that belief, you know, it's just that strength and that belief in yourself, that no matter what changes in the world, no matter what is going on out there within yourself, you are solid, you are focused, you know what you got to do, you know, and you're not perfect. No one is perfect, but you know, you strive in good faith and good energy to get to where you need to get to, you know, and it's not necessarily for other people to understand, you know. I mean, you know, it's just like in college when COVID hit, you know, I chose to stay in college, but I knew people, whether online or I saw in forums or just, you know, the news, say that I'm not going to pay for this. I'm not going to pay to learn on a computer. And people dropped out of college, you know. Same thing, like their perspective of me staying in college is, oh, that's crazy. Like there's a pandemic. But for the rest of us, it's like, no, like there's a pandemic, okay, but we're still going to haul ass. We're still going to stay in the school and get it done. So it's all about perspective. Like people may think what you're doing is crazy or what you're doing is even wrong. But, you know, I think the ultimate test of the human spirit is it well with you? Is it well with your soul? Is it well with how you live your life? You know, are you feeling that it's right? Do you feel right? Do you feel whole when you get up in the morning? Are you inspired? Are you ready to go? You know, are you thinking of all these ideas? I mean, are you excited about your life? You know, that's kind of where you can kind of determine if you're on the right path, is if you feel happy, you know, in all honesty, if you feel like peaceful, maybe not even happy or joyous, but at least you feel peaceful. At least you feel content, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a positive air to it, you know? And I've never had a time in my life with this channel where I've never felt excited, like ever. You know, I could think of so many different things I did in my life just to get by before I was even really in college, where there was no joy. There was not even an energy of seeing certain people and saying hi. It was just doom and gloom, you know? And with certain things in my life, my certain practices, my certain workout routines, the things I listen to that feed me, that make me feel happy. Like I've never, since I left the church, since I made a decision to choose myself, I've never felt negative. I've never had that energy of, oh, I made a mistake. So it's like, with all that realization, then to have somebody on the other side tell me that, oh no, what I'm saying is not true, is insulting. You know, it's insulting when you know that something has made you a better person, when you know that something's made you feel so good, and you're the happy. I've been the happiest I've ever been. Like I've been the most, like I've felt the most in the place where I want to be that I've ever been. Before I never felt like that a day in my life. I mean, before all this, I never felt like that ever. Like ever. I wasn't even awake. I wasn't even aware of anything, literally. So, you know, in the 3D context, it's bittersweet. You know, you're leaving behind old beliefs, old programming, even people, in trade for yourself, in trade for your well-being, for your happiness, for your evolution, for your glow up, for your level up, for your knowledge, for your peace of mind. Like you're trading all of that, and it's worth it. You know, it's been worth it. And, you know, naturally you'll attract a different tribe. You know, you'll attract different people who understand you. So don't give up. You know, if you've been in the situation that I'm talking about, you know, don't lose faith. Don't get down yourself. Don't, you know, question. Don't begin to get angry and give into negative energy, because that's what the lower energy wants, is for you to give in and feel like all is lost and nothing is going right. Like, they want you to think like that. They want you to be negative. The world runs on that, feeds off that. But the ones who really live a pure life, and they never seem to age, and they're always happy, and they're always giving back to people, and they're always doing what they want to do in their life and living their dreams, because that's what they've cultivated. They've cultivated an attitude of gratitude, and other people have not. They've not got to that point in their life. So I have so much I want to do, every day. The 3D it's a battle. It's a battle for just peace versus the chaos. Like, it really is just this constant thing, even with people, where you're like, man, they're just draining. Like, they're just so negative, and you have to fight your way through that every single, even people that you would think are close to you, or even family. You have to fight through that every day. But at some point, you can make a choice not to. And I think that I'm getting to that point where I'm like, you know what? When certain things align in my life, I'm not going to even do that anymore. I'm not even going to try to explain myself. I'm not even going to try to get the person. I'm not even going to try. Like, you know what? You have your opinion. I have my life. You don't like it. Deuces. Bye. Like, cut off. Bye. It's a blessing. It's actually a blessing. When the trash takes itself out of your life, it's a blessing. When people who mean you no good get out of your life voluntarily, it is a blessing, I'm telling you. And I'm going to end on that note. So thank you all for watching again. There's so much I could say, but it's over an hour, and I think I've been able to give you all the gist of just the trials, the tribulations, the growth, the sadness, just everything that comes with just choosing yourself. It's going to be it's a lot, but you can pick and choose. You can pick and choose what you want to deal with, what battles you want to fight, and etc., etc. All right. Love you all. Bye.